Welcome to Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On with Janice Formichella. I'm Janice Formichella, a breakup coach passionate about supporting others to learn from their breakups, overcome loneliness, love being single, and see the end of a relationship as the beginning of a magical, sexy new chapter in life. I am here each week to share with you the tools that I have learned through my own painful breakups, through hitting rock bottom more than once, and through working with people all around the world to heal their broken hearts. If you are looking for hope and strength to move on from your breakup and resources to enjoy your new life, you are in the right place, and I've got your back. Welcome to the podcast, dear listeners. I am so thankful that you have tuned in today. This podcast is so important to me, and I really do throw my entire heart and soul into each episode. And it just means so much to me that you are here. And it also means so much to me that you're here because you may be pushing play because you're going through a breakup or you're in pain or experiencing heartbreak. And I'm so glad that you found me. And we're in this together. Today, I am going to share some very personal and very vulnerable content with you. It's content and experiences that I actually would rather that I didn't have to share, but I do. Some of you may have noticed on my socials that I recently went through a painful breakup. You may have noticed that I didn't post an episode a couple of weeks ago, and this is because I was grieving and I was not in a place to do more than the bare essentials, really. And that is okay. Like I said, I really throw a lot of effort and energy into this podcast. And this was one instance in the 2 or 3 years that I've been doing this that I just didn't have it. I didn't. Grieving is an important part of the healing process. And I knew that it was important to look after myself and, let myself do it. Let myself grieve. It's been a good opportunity to see how effective and useful and true the things that I talk about on the podcast are. And that's definitely one of them. And I can tell little by little that that I'm processing it and that it's leaving my system. I heard something yesterday on Sahara Rose, which is a podcast that I really enjoy. And she said, in order to be a bad bitch, you first have to be a sad bitch. You have to let the pain and the things that you've experienced and the traumas and the disappointments process through you. And there's a lot of really beautiful things that can happen on the other side. If you're listening to this episode because you are hurting from a breakup, the good news is that you are not alone and there is nothing wrong with you. Even though I have been working as a breakup coach and a content creator that does content around breakups for multiple years, I still feel pain and heartbreak over my breakup. It is a very, very human thing to experience. Although it wasn't a long relationship, I thought it was going to be. I was very intentional about getting into it. I had a vision that was years into the future with this person. This was someone I thought I could make an impact with. And that isn't something I've really felt in a long time or that I realized was important to me. And yeah, now I do. Simply put, I just wanted it to work out. Losing it has really shattered me. And at the same time, it's been, like I said a moment ago, gratifying to know that the tools and the tips I talk about on this show work. I knew it before, but it's been a great reminder. I will be doing an upcoming episode on what I have learned about the healing process recently. But today I want to talk about what I have learned about the process of breakups themselves. This was for sure the saddest and most challenging breakup I have had in a long time. And because of that, I was reminded about some aspects of what goes down between two people doing this extremely rough process. And I think that my reflections will be useful to you. I hope that they will, at least. First, remember that you can always reach out to me if you would like to schedule a free consultation to discuss coaching options. I am here to use my personal experience and my professional expertise to help you on your healing journey. I have a great amount of faith in my ability as a coach and in my own methods, and I would love to support you. The information is in the show notes. Let's get on to my 5 recent breakup lessons. This was a challenging episode to write. I did so while going on many walks, thinking about everything that's happened over the last few months with the breakup and the relationship. And while it's also challenging to record and think about, I'm kind of on fire about it as well. Number 1, it can hurt to lose something that isn't good for you. Okay. One of the core principles of my personal philosophy about breakups is that they always happen for a reason. And that reason is that the relationship had to end because it wasn't working. I have repeated that on the show so many times, and it is so true. And it is a hard truth, very hard pill to swallow, because it's kind of a mind fuck, right? Something that is bad for you is still going to be painful to lose. I experienced a lot of loneliness in the last couple of months of my most recent relationship. There were frequent arguments, and my feelings were hurt really often. I felt confused and unloved more times than I wanted. Something that I actually like about myself is that I have a light inside of me that I can feel and that I love sharing with others. I am also very strong, but it takes an enormous amount of effort to keep your light shining when you feel unloved and unwanted and not important to someone. My light was really dimmed in the end. I knew it wasn't good for me. I knew it wasn't me. I knew it was different. I was reaching out for something, and I was holding on to something that no longer existed. And yet, pulling the plug shattered my heart into a million pieces. Breaking up means accepting that you will never get back to what it was you once loved about the relationship and even the person themselves. It means that no amount of fighting for something or holding out hope will really make a difference. That hurts really, really bad. It can be really tempting to tell yourself that you wouldn't be hurting if there wasn't something still there, or the proverbial that there's something to fight for. I've heard this even recently in the pop culture space. It's absolute bullshit. You can still be hurt and sad and have emotion around something, and that does not mean it's worth fighting for. The end of something you once desperately desired is often, if not always, sad. I've given up on hopes and dreams and plans for my future that didn't involve relationships, and they were also quite devastating. Realizing that the person you loved no longer exists can be pretty devastating. Realizing that things didn't go the way that you wanted is so sad, but it doesn't mean that it's not still for the best. You deserve a relationship that is functional and full of life. You deserve someone who chooses you every day. You deserve a relationship that fills you with excitement in the morning and in the evening. If this isn't how you feel, I hereby give you permission to start to disconnect from it, even if that means that there is heartache about to come your way. Number 2, breakup lessons from my recent life. You are allowed to keep the positive things that someone, even an ex, reflects to you about you. Let me explain. One of my favorite parts about being in a relationship with myself and others, and one of the best reasons to be in relationship, is that a healthy, loving relationship holds a mirror up to you that allows you to see your best qualities. It can be a really, really beautiful experience. And it is something that is so juicy about not just the beginning of a relationship, but any healthy relationship, even long term, even years into it. This aspect of a relationship can help to boost your confidence. It can help some couples understand why they are together, and it can help some couples kind of learn the positive impact that they can make in the world. It can feel really good to know that someone sees certain things in you. These are the reflections that help us to appreciate our essence, what makes us us, what gives us the hot girl energy or the sexy guy energy. It is one of the benefits of a heart connection, and it's a green flag in new relationships. When you feel positive about yourself because of what someone says to you, green flag. When a relationship falls apart, it can be really easy to revert and tell ourselves that the positive things we learned about ourselves or the positive things our partner showed us were untrue or fake or whatever. This cannot be further from the truth. When done in a healthy way, and that is, i.e., not as a part of love bombing, which is a completely different thing, positive input from a lover is something to hold on to. It's something to own, regardless of what ends up happening with the relationship. For good measure, I am going to reflect back to you a few positive things today. Ready? I hope you're listening. You are worthy. You have a great capacity to love. You are so fucking strong. You are powerful. I am so glad to have you as part of my community. And I am so glad that you are here today. Number 3, you are allowed and should toss out the things that someone says from a place of hurt. Do not let unkind things your ex says to you define you. Do not internalize them. You are not this breakup, and you are not the unkind things that someone says or does to you. The complete flip side, right, of what I just said about holding on to the positive things that someone says and the positive reflections is that you should absolutely not internalize anything that anyone says to you from a place of hurt and with the intention of hurting you. So the two are actually one in the same, because I don't think there's hardly any examples of someone who says harmful and insulting things when they themselves are not hurt. I talk to a lot of people who struggle with getting the memories of something hurtful said during a breakup out of their head. This is something I really struggled with. It probably dominated the first week of my last breakup. No details yet. Rather than taking harmful words to heart, it is so valuable to look through the anger the other person is experiencing and therefore not take it personal. Also know that it is valid to feel that the bond has been broken when somebody speaks unkindly to you. If you haven't quite yet gone through a breakup, definitely listen right now. Words can cause a rift that you can't repair. If this is how you feel, I want you to know that you are well within your right to feel like giving up in the relationship. Sadly, and I want everyone to hear this, apologizing doesn't make the hurt go away when it comes to unkind and angry words. They often has consequences that are pretty brutal. And this actually helped me to really walk away and turn the other direction from my last relationship, was unkind things that were said. Listen really closely when I say that things that someone says about you during a breakup should not be taken to heart. They should not have any bearing on how you feel about or view yourself. And just so if anyone out there is struggling with this, know that mindfulness is what has helped me to put a lot of hurtful things out of my mind. I am so glad that I am a mindfulness practitioner and that I have done so much study and practice around mindfulness. It was an absolute game changer recently. And at the same time, please remember that if someone regrets something that they said to you in a moment of anger or hurt, it does not mean that they will not do it again. And it does not mean that you should sweep it under the rug or continue to give them chance after chance. And if you are the person who often says hurtful things in the heat of the moment, this is your invitation to commit to learning about why you have that pattern and how you can learn to undo it. You will feel so much more proud of yourself in the face of a conflict, and all of your relationships will benefit from it. Even if there is some regret there, it is an immature and unevolved way to act. Remember, no amount of regret can take back the harmful things that you say. And you do have the power over it and the ability to change. I'm going to take a really quick commercial break. And then when I come back, I'm going to talk about number 4 and number 5. I've got 2 more lessons that I've recently learned about breakups, and I'm coming right back at you after the commercial break. Nothing shatters your life like a breakup. And the feeling of a broken heart is real. I know that it seems impossible right now, but there is hope and there are ways to heal. I would love to work with you one-on-one to heal your broken heart and put your breakup behind you. My personalized coaching programs are designed to pinpoint what will be most effective in helping you to move forward and make this breakup a part of your past. I believe in you. Message me at breakupspodcast@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram at breakupspodcast, and let's connect about creating a magical plan of action to get this breakup in your rear view mirror. Hey, welcome back, everyone. So, number 4. This is a rough one. Breakups really bring out the worst in us. Ugh. Have you ever heard someone say that their ex is a narcissist, yet they had stayed in the relationship for years? Or how about the proverbial, my ex is crazy? Many of us think the worst of the people who we've broken up with, and that's actually for a very good reason. And that is because the last memories we have with our ex are, of course, those related to the breakup. And breakups bring out the worst in us. Even though I totally already knew this, and I've also talked about this on the podcast, it was just kind of a refresher because, I saw my worst side revealed multiple times in the lead up to the breakup. Anger, disappointment, and regret do just not bring out the best in people. In fact, quite the opposite. And you know what? Also, a lot of us have a breaking point. So as much as I recognize that, I had multiple moments that were not my finest moment, I had just cracked eventually. And I had to wrap myself with self-love and remind myself that I'm human and I have feelings. And because of my experience as a coach, I was able to see that I am not defined by how I show up in my weakest moment or when I feel the most despair. In the article, How Rough Breakups Bring Out the Worst in People, Women's Era writes, breaking up with someone can be a painful and emotionally draining experience. And for many people, it brings out the worst in them. The end of a relationship is often marked by intense feelings of sadness, anger, and bitterness. And these emotions can lead people to behave in ways that are uncharacteristic of their true selves. In many cases, rough breakups bring out the worst in people by causing them to lash out at their partner, engage in self-destructive behavior, or sink into a state of depression. So I'm going to read that list again. Let me know if you relate. First, lashing out at a partner. I know I did that a couple times. Self-destructive behavior. Yes, I definitely struggled with that probably in the week after, especially. Depression is something that has really been a challenge for me since all of this happened. And access to someone new, that's AKA hookups. And I don't have a comment on that at this point. I am going to be doing an upcoming episode on this topic. If you have input or experiences or a way that you overcame this, please let me know. I would love to hear from people about this concept of how the breakups bring out the worst in us. For now, I want anyone listening who relates to this to know that you are not defined by the moments when you are at your worst. If you have done something that you regret, please learn from it. Don't let it get you down or cause you to sink even deeper into the sadness you're probably experiencing right now. We've all been there. Forgive yourself. And number 5, you are not obligated to stay friends with or continue doing favors for anyone you have broken up with. If your gut tells you that you don't want someone in your life after you have tried to have a romantic relationship with them, that is 100% valid. If you don't want to continue to extend yourself to make things easier for them, that is valid as well. This reminder has come up in my own life and also recently in my coaching practice. If a friendship with anyone feels painful, you do not have to pursue it. And not always, but often, people will ask to remain friends or pressure you to remain friends or shame you into staying friends for reasons that serve them, not you. When you close your eyes and listen to your heart, does it feel good to be friends? Does it feel good to do things for this person? If you are thinking about being friends with your ex, is it because you value the actual friendship so much? Or is it out of obligation or some other external reason? This is your chance to show up for yourself. Do not do anything that you do not want to do, including staying friends with someone. I have rarely seen watering a friendship after a bad breakup cause anyone in my life or my coaching practice any amount of joy. I have actually seen it lead to a lot of heartache. This is your time to heal and think about what is next in your life. If your ex or the relationship caused you pain, removing it is one of the best choices that you can make. And certainly, nobody knows what the future holds or what might happen after you both heal, but this is really not the time to be stressing out or worrying about a friendship right now, especially if it doesn't feel right to you. This may be a choice that could possibly not be the most popular with those around you. It may not be what your ex wants. And you know what? Who cares? You are setting a boundary for yourself and you are practicing radical self-love by saying no to people who don't feel like magic to you. Let me repeat that. Radical self-love. I'm not sure I've used that term as recently on this podcast, but that is what no contact is all about. And you know what? You are magic. You have so much to offer to those around you. What your ex thinks about you does not define you. This breakup does not define you. If you are feeling defeated or sad or missing someone, that does not define you. You get to decide what your values are. You get to decide what this time in your life will mean. You get to decide what you will learn about yourself and what you want out of your relationships. You get to decide what you want to improve and work on. If you are listening because you are hurting, I am sorry and I am sending strength. I am here if you would like one-on-one support, and I will be back next week with a new episode. Do you want to send some love my way? Please do so by leaving me a 5-star rating and review on Apple. Oh, and if you have a topic that you'd like me to cover on the show, send me a DM on Instagram and I may add it to my list. Thank you so much again for being here. I'll see you soon. Thank you for listening to Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On with Janice Formichella. I sincerely hope that you found today's episode inspirational or useful. I would love to support you on your healing journey. All you have to do is send me a message on Instagram at Breakups Podcast or email me at breakupspodcast@gmail.com, and I will be in touch to get you started. Remember, if you are struggling with a broken heart, your feelings are temporary. I am sending you so much love and luck for the week ahead. You've got this.